Well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we want to welcome you all to the Hello Plaza in the metaverse that you can join from your cell phone, your laptop, your VR headset, and your actual iPad. And today we have the pleasure of having Miss Roberta Pacino join us in the Hello Plaza as our newest storefront owner. And we want to introduce her. And if you guys don't know, Miss Roberta Pacino is an amazing artist. And not only that, she is an MFA film and television specialist. Not only is she an entrepreneur, but she is soon to be a podcaster, as well as something you guys might not know about Miss Roberta. She's actually on the spiritual side of teaching and learning Jojin for several years. And we have had the pleasure of being with Miss Roberta for well over a year now by showcasing, her biz in a box, showcasing her metaverse, and really, more importantly, learning who Miss Roberta is. And without further ado, Miss Roberta, is there anything else that I miss that people should know about who Miss Roberta Pacino is?
Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. I think you covered everything. One thing that I would say is that I just love the metaverse and I'm growing in this area. And so this is really, really exciting for me to have this event. We're learning so much as we go along. The technology is just growing daily and it's really, really exciting. So that's another side of me, a little pinch of tech. But that's it. Yeah.
I love it. Absolutely, Miss Roberta. Well, we appreciate you guys all being here. Miss Roberta, we're going to get this started. And so my first question for you, ma'am, is tell everybody what led you to become an artist?
Well, I used to doodle a lot, and I would doodle these pictures, and they started becoming really meaningful to be saying something to me. And then I just took it a step further. I started sketching more, and then I wanted to add color, so I learned how to paint. And then it opened up a whole new world to me. I mean, it was completely transformative. So that led me to be an artist, just actually just giving myself a space to just be me and do what I loved. I would say that's my advice for everybody.
And, you say that, and I know we've talked before, but, share with everybody else, did you become an artist young in your life, or was it something that was more recent, within the recent years?
Oh, just about 5 years ago. I doodled my whole life, but I didn't learn how to paint till about 5 years ago. Yeah. So it's something that, yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, I was going to say, finish your thought.
Well, it's something that I just got into a new stage of my life, and I was ready for something new to fill in the space so I think it was just kind of miraculous, really.
Absolutely. And as you guys can look around, there's a lot of Miss Roberta's artwork that is up. We will, at the end of this, here in about 10 minutes, take a little tour over to Miss Roberta's art gallery, our Pacino Artworks Gallery, and check that out. But I want to ask you next, Miss Roberta, why did you choose to enter the metaverse and collaborate your artwork and what you're doing and create a gallery and a storefront and a business within metaverse? Why did you choose the metaverse side?
Well, I found that, first of all, it resonated with me with the type of art that I do. I do things that are sort of fantasy and futuristic, and I think that was a big attraction to it. And then once I entered the metaverse, it was extremely awesome just to just a wide open space to do whatever I wanted to do. Everything was so welcoming, and it was easy to get into it. And then I opened the gallery, and I see a lot of people there, and there's a lot of input as to, how my art is affecting people. And I was just, I just was so lucky that I got introduced to it, and then I loved it so much. And so, yeah, that's kind of how it happened, almost by chance, really.
I love it. Well, isn't that what happens in life, is things are usually by chance? So I have to ask you, because we always, we love listening to, how and why, but we always like to know a little bit of the in-depth. What one is one of your favorite pieces that you've painted so far?
Well, gee, there's a few favorite ones. So the spaghetti one, I love that one because it's a comfort food for me. So it is a comfort painting for me, and that's what I love about it. I love that when I was painting it, it was during the pandemic, and I was creating this like a world that I wanted to be in, a beautiful place outside with great food, but no people were there, and the plants were taking over. Anyway, it's very meaningful to me. I guess that in some ways is my favorite. But as far as the animal scenes, the favorite one is just under that in this picture here. It's called Mountain Meal, and it was inspired. I lived in Boulder, Colorado for a long time, and I love those mountains in Boulder, the Flatiron Mountains, and that's what's behind these animals. And so, yeah, I love that one especially also. Those two, I think.
I love it. Well, I've done a lot of work with all your artwork with the business that we've done together, and I think my favorite is the Arctic Appetite, the seal and the bear over there in the back corner that are sharing a fish. I don't know why. It's just every time I go to do any work or use any image, that's my first go-to, and I have to be mindful that I use that everywhere. So I love it. Is there any one of these artworks that that you've created that has just a huge meaningful story behind it that you would love to share with us?
Yes, I'm not certain it's up in this room. I don't want to move from this spot.
We'll see it in the gallery when we go into the gallery.
Oh, it's called Single Carrot, and it's a horse and a rabbit dining on a huge carrot, and that has a meaning for me because it was inspired by a quote by Paul Cézanne that said something like, "The day will come when a fresh look at a single carrot will set off a revolution." And that point, I was like, I'm going to paint a carrot that's going to set off a revolution. So,
I like it.
And so that's pretty deep, I guess.
I like it. Yeah, I think, and if anybody, I am on the astronomy side of things, and the planets have moved, and we've moved back into a time of revolution. So how fitting is that you now have a painting that we're in the times of that again. So awesome. Well, as we move into this last question, Miss Roberta, before we get to go take a little tour of your gallery and go ooh and ah over all the hard work you've done in there, my final question to you is, can you just share more with everybody here about your business, and so that way we know how to support you as a community?
Yes. So I paint, and then I make available products that have my paintings on them, like just household products, mugs, a few little items, accessories like socks and necklaces, some jewelry, and then also the framed art, prints. You can get just a print and have it framed, or you can buy it framed. And I have a store, an Etsy store, where I sell all these products, and also another store if you're looking for custom framing then that would be a place you could go and you can just put whatever color mat you want, whatever frame you want, whatever size you want. So that's pretty much what I'm doing, and constantly painting. I'm also working on an early stages of a podcast. So there, just when you see me talk about it, just like my posts for now. But once I put it out there, there'll be more ways to support me.
Absolutely. And for those that don't know, you guys, while you're here, you can actually, if you're not on your headsets, if you're on a computer or phone, these images behind you at the back of the room, it has her Etsy store, her fine wall art store, where you can click to go visit her business in a box that has everything on it. And please go out there and get your free calendar. It's a digital download. You can download it onto your phone, put it as wallpaper. That is with Miss Roberta's seasonal painting up there. What is the name of that painting, Miss Roberta, on the free calendar?
Oh, that's the Tree of Life painting.
The Tree of Life.
Yeah. Tree of Life. Yeah.
I love it. Love it. Well, we appreciate everybody being here. Miss Roberta, are there any final words you would like to say, or anybody have any questions before we migrate over to the art gallery and check that out?
I have a question for you, Miss Roberta. With your up and coming podcast that you guys are all going to be able to listen to on her Biz in a Box, Miss Roberta, if you could, share with the people, how has the last year, been with you being in the metaverse and your trends and your, transition been so far? If you could share with people, your actual journey of you pivoting into the metaverse, and really, if you could share with the people, how easy it is to build their business in the metaverse for those people that are scared or afraid, what would you share with them as your transition?
Oh, I found it amazing. It's easy to get into the metaverse. Be brave and do it. I mean, like practically everybody here has never been even this far into the metaverse. And look you're doing it. So yeah, do it. If you do get a VR headset, it's a different experience because you're immersed in it. But this is fantastic too. And as far as getting having an art gallery and being able to put my art in a gallery and being able to visualize everything I do right in front of me like that is fantastic. I think that the metaverse is what isn't in the future. It's now. It's happening right now. It's at the very beginning, and it's a perfect time to get started here. It's easy to get into it. There's people that will help you. Everybody's learning now, so it's quite a social environment. Did I answer your question?
Yeah, absolutely. So guys, what we're going to do now is, we're going to ask you if you all would go over to the back of the actual store, and we're going to go and check out Miss Roberta's actual gallery, where she's going to be able to share more. And if you guys have any other questions, please feel free to ask any question.
This painting over down here of the solar system, right down here, is my most recent, and that one I painted for my grandson. And he's a baby, and his room is all done in space theme, and so it's pretty big, and it's going to go on the wall in his room. So that's what I can. So that it was painted with a child in mind, I guess is what you're saying. It's last one, it's really colorful and pretty accurate until you get to the big planets on the ratio of size. But they're really not that close together.
Now, Miss Roberta, I know you painted this, and I know you said that you had learned some interesting things about the planets because you had to, learn a little bit more. Is there something that, that you learned that probably we don't know?
Oh, probably a lot. There's so much I didn't know about the planets. Oh, let's see. Okay, the four on the right they're all gas. They're gas planets, and they're super huge. I mean, I don't know if I even knew that, but the ones on the left, I forget what they're called. They're called something else, and they're solid, they're dirt and all that stuff. And so what I found out was like Venus is 95% of the size of Earth, and let's see, I think Earth is 3 times bigger than Mercury. You know, I don't remember everything now, but the sizes of them.
Yeah.
Anyway, there's a lot. I learned that the sun is actually green. Well, I didn't paint it green because nobody knows that, but that was interesting, and I think it would be so cool to see the sun green.
Yeah.
But I don't know if we'll ever get a chance to.
No, I think you wouldn't make it if you saw the sun green. I think it'd be a little too hot.
Yeah. Right.
That's cool.
Yeah. I have to stay a little far from the sun, and so, but yeah. So a lot of things really. Like everything else, I just I retain certain things. So that's the asteroid belt that goes around there. I didn't even know about the asteroid belt, and the asteroid belt is between Mars and Jupiter. And most of the asteroids a lot of them are pretty small. There's some that are, they're maybe a third the size of Mercury. There's some that are round, but most of them are just irregular shapes. Okay, is that enough?
Yeah, that was awesome.
That was a quiz thing now. Quiz.
Well, you got 100.
Learn around the solar system. Okay. So anyway, so let's see. Anything else? If you come in here, you can see videos. Like this is the dawning right here, and this one I had actually painted sketched it in pencil a few years before I painted it. Of course, the one in pencil had many more women in it, and they were walking down the mountains, and just kind of spontaneously, I saw that they were carrying light bulbs. It was quite interesting, and I just had to paint a painting like that. So this is it. This is called the Dawning. The robes are actually the colors of monks' robes. And there's a little bit of meaning to it, but you got to find it for yourself. And then this is the making of the Dawning. It's just a little video that I did for TikTok, but it shows me the progression, the process of painting it, the progression.
I love it. So speaking of TikTok, tell the people about your TikTok and how that's been working for you so far.
Oh yeah, so that's something I talk about. Like you did, Dave. you insisted that I try TikTok, and I was like so scared of it. How am I ever gonna do this? But there's something I think I think you're inspirational because you make me feel like, oh, you can do anything, Roberta. So I thought, okay, I can do it. And so I started doing the TikToks, and the TikTok videos, and I'm not getting like super viral videos yet, but I'm getting better at it, and they're pretty good, and they're fun to make, and it's bringing some attention to my artwork. So yeah, that's what I want to say about TikTok. I haven't tried selling anything on TikTok yet, but I did show my work on TikTok.
Yeah.
And I don't know where it's going with TikTok, how I'll utilize it more in the future, but I don't think it's going away anytime soon.
No, it's not.
Yeah, no.
TikTok is the largest SEO at the current moment. They have surpassed Google and YouTube, and TikTok is the number 2 marketplace behind Amazon. So I don't think they're going anywhere.
Really, no idea. So that's good to know. That gives me even more incentive to make better videos.
Well, you know what we talk about, Miss
I'll work
Roberta.
on
We
it.
talk about facts around here at the Hello LLC.
Uh-huh.
That's it.
Where you
That's it.
Yeah. I was going to get a big fact. But the fact how TikTok is, yeah. It's,
Yeah, they're just blowing up right now. It's
Yeah.
it's where creators are going, especially now that they've opened their TikTok shop. People are utilizing it as there's people in there that do any type of selling, but there's some people in there that kind of do QVC style, of their products. Not saying that anybody else has to, but the point being is it allows creators their own creative way to do it and not just isolated to one way. You could do it the way you're doing it and then just put your link at the bottom, or you could do it live, like showing your face. And
You could do it right here from in your
that
gallery.
happens,
When you get the
Yeah.
TikTok creator account, you can literally come into Metaverse and do exactly what you're doing now by talking about your photos and talking about your artwork and showcasing it and telling the story behind it. You could even come in here and do some painting, like we've discussed, and the podcast.
Yes, that's what excites me, is like mixing the social media with advertising kind of thing with the metaverse. Like, what can I do in the metaverse that I can put on social media? So I think there's a lot I haven't tried. Like, I haven't done any lives or anything from here, and I think that's my next step. One of my next steps is to bring the metaverse out into social media more, into TikTok and Instagram. So I'm excited about that. So David and Tara are my coaches, and so I want to do that. And I know that I have meetings with David and Tara a couple of times a month, and that's something that they could help me with. They could tell me how to do it. So it's like so fantastic to have people that are so in touch with what's going on in technology now. They understand what I'm asking, and they got the answers. I'm just thrilled to have found you guys. And if anybody's looking for help in that area, you've got it right here with David and Tara.
Well, thank you, Mr.
I just had to say.
At the end of the day, we want to see everybody to be. We all have really unique, awesome talents, and I think the whole world needs to see all of that, and we can see everybody else's talents, and as humans. And I just think it's something that the really cool part about the community we build is where knowledge, needs to be passed around, and we share heavily on the technology side. But if you came to ask me anything about anything within Roberta's realm of art, the artistic side of capability, like painting, I would look like a 2-year-old painting. I do design in digital form, so it's where we all have such a unique gift, Miss Roberta, that it's why we want you to showcase it, because the world needs to see everybody's stuff.
Yes. And that's what we're going to do here in the metaverse. We're going to be able to eventually. So there will be so many businesses in the metaverse. Everybody will have a place, don't you think? That's where it's going. All businesses will be.
Well, it'll get to the point, literally, as we share with people, that the metaverse is nothing more than the third generation of the internet. And that we are going through this evolution that we cannot be so naive. We went from 8 tracks to tapes to CDs to the iPod. Then we went from, having in our phone the recorder, the actual, the camera, the calculator. All of that was put in our phone. Now we're getting to the point to where these VR headsets is going to have your phone, your laptop, and your iPad all put within one. So this is the evolution that we share with people, especially being able to experience this in a completely different way, and being able to shop, being able to interact, and being able to socialize in a completely different way, where we've seen extroverts, turn into introverts, and vice versa, where people are able to express themselves. And really, we've got to the point where it's at the speed of thought, where you can think it, you can create it, and now everybody can come in here and be able to showcase, their story. And so that's the great thing about, being able to showcase your business, your brand in the metaverse. And it's going to get to the point to where it's no longer going to be, hey, what's your website? It's going to be, hey, what metaverse and where is your metaverse to go see your business, because your 2D flat screen website is no longer valid. This is where we share with people our biz in a box is a one app, one tap that allows people to showcase everything and pivot them from 2D to 3D. That really helps people make that pivot, because a confused mind will say no, and we take the confusion out of it. And more importantly, we help you build your community and create experiences for the future, because the future is already here. And so that's the great thing about, being able to partner with Miss Roberta, of her being able to showcase her business, not only in her biz in a box for those people that are still utilizing the websites and utilizing the internet, but also being able to implement and showcase her business in the Web3, which is where we share people. That's where we're going. There is no going back. Nike, Gucci, Kia, right? All of these companies have already made the pivot into the metaverse. And this is where we share with you guys, pick up our heads, right? And take action. And that's the one thing that Miss Roberta has been working on this year, is just pressing the button. And she understands there's this great new button that she might not have remembered about, but it's called the delete button. And we all can use that regardless of the matter. Nobody's gonna call. None of you guys have called Miss Roberta and been like, Miss Roberta, your website, your biz in a box is this, you in metaverse, you're doing all this. You guys have been encouraged and really inspired by what she's done. I know I have, and I'm in here just seeing her show up on a daily basis. And as we share with people, metaverse does not have an age on it. AI does not have an age on it. This is adapting. This is adopting a new way of living and a new way of being. And this is what we're meant to do, is create and experience life. And so here it is, what we asked for when we were younger, when we watched the Jetsons, when we watch, all these futuristic movies. Guess what? This is manifestation at its finest, where now we can be at the seat of our pants or on our couch eating Cheetos and chips and being wherever we want to be. And so we're just glad that Miss Roberta was able to press the button and join forces with us at the Hello LLC. So thank you, Miss Roberta, so much.
Oh, thank you. That was the best button I ever pushed. I am, I'm so encouraged by how far I've come, that encourages me to keep going forward. So it kind of builds on itself. You start off maybe timid, and then you take a few steps, and then you get braver. Now I'm like, oh, I can conquer the world. I can do all this stuff. So it helps so much. It's so important to just take the first step, like you said, push the button, just do that, and get started. Yeah, it's so interesting to hear you talk about it, because then I kind of reflect back on, oh yeah, that's what I did. It was really scary, and I just did it anyway somehow. So yeah, that's why I gave you credit, because you encouraged me. So you can take that.
Well, we can talk it, you have to walk it. And that's what we share with people, at Hello LLC when people join Tara and I, is that, hey, look, we're looking and we are wanting to help people that want to cross the bridge. We can't help you, right? Or we can't save you. The helping part, is what we can do. The saving part is on you. And most people just have to understand to just take that leap. And something that we've talked about, and multiple people, is that we have to get over our traumas that have these patterns that then are attached to, this drama that then, is attached to this pride. And that's what we share with people is, open up the most expensive things. And those 3 things are free. That's an open hand, That's an open mouth, and that's an open mindset. And a lot of the times we allow our traumas and our patterns to keep those things closed because of what's happened to us in the past and experiences that we've, went through that we don't want to happen again. And as we remind people, fear is something we create, but you can't go buy it. It's something we create. So just, understand that fear is nothing more than focused energy arranged to react. And don't react to the fear. Just do it.
Absolutely. Words of wisdom.
Yeah.
For sure.
So, Miss Roberta, before we get out of here, is there anything else that you want to share, or anything that we didn't ask that you want to be able to answer for anybody? And if anybody else has any questions, please, this is the time to press that button, unmute yourself. There's also a chat in the computer that you can use.
Miss Roberta, I wanted to ask, is it therapeutic when you're creating the art? Because I know, for myself, being an artist, it really is. It's more of a spiritual thing, because it not only gives you that sense of zen, that peace, but it also gives you a form of it's like something that drives you. It's more than just an intention or subliminal or subtle intention. It's something that where it's sometimes it just calls you. It's just something like how you said that you see something, and when you've seen it, you know at the moment, like right away, that you need to create it, or you wanted to create something. So does that give you that therapeutic feel? And then if so, what are maybe a few of some of your favorites, the ones that you've created so far?
So absolutely, it is an amazing, it's a spiritual experience for me to paint. I mean, I'm getting ready now to paint another painting, and I'm just, how I put it is resting with everything that's coming up, ideas of painting, and it's like it's forming without me what this next painting is going to be. And then when I start painting, so I heard people call it a flow. I feel like the painting's ahead of me. And I'm kind of watching it take place, and that is the most amazing feeling, amazing space to be in. So when I get into that space, they say that people do things seconds. I forget how many seconds. It's quite a while actually. But that before you start the action of it before you realize that you've done it. You're kind of behind the things you're doing, and so when I'm painting, that is amplified, and I can sense that reality. So yes, absolutely. It's amazing. It's therapeutic. It's It's a friend almost. It's almost like an entity that's in there with me. I don't know. It's like companionship or something. I absolutely love it. And your other question was my favorite pieces, or I didn't catch your other question. But anyway,
Yeah. So far, I mean, the way that you answered that is beautiful. Because that it really does speak to the artist's art, you know what I mean? So I definitely appreciate the way you answer that. But yeah, that was my second question. Like, out of so far the few pieces that you've created, is there like is there a few of them that really do speak to you, that so far have become your favorite so far out of the ones that you've created?
Yes, I know. One of the ones I did mention a couple earlier, but I did mention the dawning of the women coming out of the mountains. That one's is intense, because it's like it's a feeling. These women have always kind of come to me in dreams and stuff, and it's like they're coming, they're coming toward me, and they want to be expressed more. And I know that sounds weird, but it's like it makes me want to paint another painting with them. I don't think that's going to be my next painting, but that's a really important painting to me, because it kind of comes from, my own life experience. is being expressed intensely in that painting. I would say that one, and then we could talk about the spaghetti painting, the Sicilian Comfort. It reminds me so much of my childhood and my family and the Sunday dinners and yeah.
I mean, that is a comfort painting, and that's why I named it Sicilian. Sicilian.
If I say those two, and then
We talked about the carrot, the
single carrot. So yeah.
Hi, this is Roberta's sister. I think she's got me listed as Ivy. I'm Josette Pacino. I just want to say that Roberta has really inspired me to go back to art. I actually taught art a few years ago, quite a few years ago. And I'm taking classes all over again, and I'm going to get a headset, and I'm so excited about starting this process, and it's really Roberta who's inspired me to do it.
Thank you so much. I am so happy about that. That's a dream come true. Thank you. You got to get that headset. I can't wait. So.
We'll see.
Anybody
That's awesome.
else?
See, Miss Roberta?
Yeah.
Look at there.
I know. It just makes me want to cry.
Well, it's nothing but water if you did. And that's why, you continue to show up and you press the buttons, because we never know how much of an impact that we have on other people. And as I share with you all the time, people are watching. Please believe people are watching. They're seeing you, and they're watching you progress, and you're inspiring other people to press the button. And as we remind people, in the metaverse and in this new age, it's really about, copy, paste, drag, drop. And, if you can do those things and not allow yourself to get in your own head and to share and to, really stop you from doing the things that you need to do, it's happening. And as we share with you guys, it's already done. Just keep believing in yourself and keep showing up that it's already done and having the right energy.
Beautiful, thank you.
Miss Roberta, I was going to ask, as far as the headset, I was actually going to go get one today, and I'm actually planning on actually still going to get one today, because, so far, it's been a beautiful experience overall, just hearing about the metaverses and everything that, that they have to offer. That is the future, and to see what you've done here, it's a beautiful situation, it's something that, I believe everybody should do, because it is like taking a ride in an adventure, because it's an adventure that, we all haven't, had the ability to experience, for more than a short period of time, so it is exciting. I was going to ask, as far as the two-part question, is there going to be any more events that you have planned as far as in the near future that where you're going to be doing another showcase virtually?
I don't think I have any right now that I could tell you about, but we're going to do lots of events, so I'll keep you informed. The other question is, I'm very interested in that also, in film and VR, and I've been noticing that there are others out there now getting interested in talking about it and doing things. So I about a month or so ago, I did I got a small group together to discuss, to see who's interested and who's there. And I'm thinking about continuing doing that, trying to bring people that have some knowledge about it together. So that's where I'm going with that, is just learning. I have to learn about the technology, because I don't know exactly how they're doing it, but I think it's amazing. And I think this is where we should be, and how we should be making films. I'm also interested in a documentary, in creating a documentary with others, not all by myself, that would be talking about these early days of the metaverse, because I think what's happening here is so fantastic. Like just the way we struggle through the tech today and everything. It's just so interesting because it's not going to be like that, you know, and we're really here early. And I think it should be recorded in some way, documented. So that's another interest of mine. I have a theater in another platform that I can tell you about later, and where I'm having these meetings. So if you're getting a headset, then you got to come. I'll have another meeting just so you can come. How's that?
I definitely appreciate your answer, Miss Pacino. It's like, man, it's to me, it's just a beautiful thing to not only know that you're somebody that has the heart genuinely on creating, but that you're actually doing it. Because, you know, just as you guys have said here tonight, that it's like a lot of people, sometimes they could be afraid of their dreams. You know, sometimes, you know, we're meant to dream big, but the bigger the dreams are, sometimes people are just hesitant to actually make that leap. And you're somebody that's in the forefront of doing it. So I definitely appreciate you. I applaud you, and it's exciting, and I appreciate you. Nothing but love and respect. Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate it, and I look forward to it. Thank you so much.
Awesome. I love the connections. I love the spirit. I love the energy. And, you know, Miss Roberta, as always, you know, we greatly appreciate you, you taking action and you being able to do exactly what he just shared, right? You're being the forefront, the leader in this, and you're really, sharing with other artists how they can bring, their artistry and their passion into the metaverse and showcase it in a completely different way where, you don't have to have, your art or, your paintings and things of that sort, showcased in a restaurant or at an art gallery where people actually have to be there and, they can't make it that time. Now people can come and visit your art gallery 24/7 and, be able to experience it in a completely different way and then go and purchase it from your wall or from your fine wall and your Etsy store from your Biz in a Box. And so as Miss Roberta shared with you guys, I can assure you she's going to have more events and live events in the metaverse if we have something to deal with it for sure, where we might be doing monthly, gallery events. Definitely her podcast where we, can create another actual, experience for you guys to come and listen to her podcast where you guys can be guests and things of that sort. So buckle up, buttercups, is what we say. And with that being said, Miss Roberta, we want to thank you for joining us today and being with us today in the Hello Plaza, and especially those of you that came and joined in the gallery. And Miss Roberta, do you have anything else you want to share before we get out of here, ma'am?
I just want to thank everybody for coming. I think it's amazing. And I applaud everybody who came here. This is your first time and you made it here. That is so cool. So it just goes to show you can do it. And I'll see you around the metaverse.
Welcome to my world of enchanting and whimsical art, where I invite you to explore a realm where imagination knows no bounds. My paintings are more than just imagery. They are profound conversations that transcend the canvas. As a passionate artist, I specialize in creating art that inspires and empowers women. I am also grateful for the opportunity to share my art with others through a variety of products, such as framed prints, coffee mugs, and unique gift items. When you bring my art into your home, you are not just inviting beauty, but also a catalyst for intriguing conversations. Each painting is a portal to a world brimming with endless stories, where the extraordinary seamlessly blends with the ordinary. Every brushstroke resonates with profound meaning, and each color tells a captivating story. Incorporating a Roberta Pacino piece into your space is more than just decorating. It is elevating your surroundings with art that provokes dialogue and kindles reflection. Purchasing my art transcends acquiring a beautiful painting. It is an investment in inspiration, conversation, emotion, and a deeper connection to the world of art. I invite you to embark on this artistic adventure with me. Allow my magical creations to become an integral part of your world and witness the transformative power they bring. Thank you for choosing to make your home an enchanted haven, one canvas at a time.